Coming up.
So the bond, you'd say, like you guys like got along right away, or what? Did it take some time?
We didn't, but now it's like we finished
each other's sentences.
It's the weirdest thing. It's
There's that one video where you guys link up and you're doing like the handshake and the yarn and all that stuff, and he jumps on it. That was awesome, dude. So I'm totally fangirling here. I should shut up. I should be a more professional host here.
Welcome to the Subject Free Podcast. The unfiltered real estate podcast where four agents share real life stories from their careers in the crazy world of real estate. Now welcome Alan, Viv, Matt, and Adam.
If you're in the market for a 3-bed, 2-bath colonial, come to our open house this Sunday. Needs a little TLC, but great bones.
Okay, everybody, welcome back to the Subject Free Podcast. I am Adam, this is Alan, and we have two extremely special guests on the pod today.
Handsomely special.
Handsomely special guests on the pod. We've got Michael and Ryan from the Property Brothers-in-Law Instagram. Let's give a little round of applause. Yeah, guys, welcome to the Subject Free Podcast.
Hey, yeah, thank you so much for coming. I mean, I'm a huge fan. I've talked about you guys on the podcast before. I love your stuff. So dude, this is like I'm fangirling right now. I'm kind of getting nervous. My hands are clammy. I need somebody to hold me.
He doesn't get like this.
I never get like this. I usually talk out of my ass, but now I'm like, oh my God, am I saying the right thing? Do I look okay? Is my breath good? It's like,
dude, let it rip around. Like, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, guys. So let's just kind of start at the beginning. How did you two meet? How did you get into real estate? And then we'll kind of dive into like your trajectory online.
Sweet. Mike, you want to take it?
Why don't you talk about how you got your start, and then I'll follow up.
Okay. Yeah, because Mike tells a much better story. But I was working like corporate America, and I was like the corporate cancer. Like I was like, guys, we got to get out of here. Like, what are we doing? We're sitting in this cubicle, and like the managers hated me. And finally, I was like, I got to get out. My mom just got into real estate, and I'm like, real estate's. I'm like, yeah, I could get into that. You can invest. I'm like, it's fun. People like talking about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then slowly but surely got started. And that was back in like 2015.
Mm-hmm. And
then I'll let Mike take it on when you and Lindsay met and then how we linked up.
Yeah. So it was a balmy Saturday. No, I'm kidding. No, I was already dating his sister, and Ryan and I became good friends very quickly. We were very into the same kind of weird shit. So we became very close. And then when he transitioned into real estate, I was an elementary school teacher, and I was kind of always complaining about the job and, you know, the system. And I was in my hometown, so I never left that bubble. So when Ryan got his license and he was telling us about all the deals he was doing and how much money he was making, I was sitting there going like, geez, like,
so is that where like the Hallmark video came from? That's a real story. It's kind of like one hometown guy and one guy, yeah. Because that kind of the premise there, because that's pretty hilarious. I mean, if I had you as an elementary school teacher, oh my God, that would be the best school ever. Like seriously.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I was in my 20s. It was fun for the time being, but I wanted to make more money. I wanted to, you know, spread my wings and get out of the town I grew up in. So Ryan was kicking ass in real estate. I had some FOMO. I wanted to get married and I wanted to make more money. So he was like, dude, just get your license. We'll work together. It'll be awesome. And I was a little, I was nervous because I was used to that set biweekly paycheck, steady. And I was like, yeah, but I don't have any experience. I don't have any clients. He's like, don't worry about it. It'll work out. It'll be fine. He's very positive. That's why his IG handle is the Positive Realtor.
Mm-hmm.
So, and there was a stretch where I was just kind of following him around, listening to him on the phone at the office. I was just like punching keys. I didn't know what I was doing. And I legit was like, right, I need to make money. Like I don't have, and he's like, dude, don't worry. It's going to be fine. I'm like, you keep saying that, but I'm not making any money. And then, then COVID, whatever happened. And I got a call from someone who said, my agent doesn't want to go in houses. And I was like, I'll go in. I don't care. I'll go in houses. I'll freaking,
do what you got to do.
I deal with snotty kids all the time, right?
Yeah, exactly. And like,
what'd you say the one time? Like you said, I jump in front of a sneeze. I don't give a shit.
Nice.
Yeah. Like I'll throw myself on the floor and you could walk on me.
Yeah.
The house. But anyway, COVID happened. Our market popped, and because of all the experience I got following Ryan around, and like I went on every showing with him, every listing appointment. He was really a great mentor for me. And then, I kind of got my training wheels off, and I've been doing it now for 5 years, and we're both doing pretty well.
So was your sister and your wife, was she skeptical? Was she like, oh God, you're going to go into business with my brother? Like, are you crazy? Or was she like, go, like, this is a job that's meant for you? What was her vibe on this?
She, you know what? Their family's very close. He's good friends with his sister. Like they're enmeshed. So I feel like, no, she was very happy that we became fast friends and then partners, because she also has her license with her mother. They're a duo. So we're like all in on this business. It's a family run business, and we all love working together. My wife, Lindsay, Ryan's sister, she films all of our content.
Nice.
She keeps us, she's like the, the tiebreaker whenever Ryan and I have a, she's here right now. I can't shake her. But yeah, so she's happy that we kind of linked up for sure. Right.
That's awesome. No, that's awesome. I mean, like so the bond, you'd say, like you guys like got along right away, or what, did it take some time?
It's funny because I feel like we didn't, but now it's like we finish
each other's sentences.
It's the weirdest thing. It's so weird how that happens.
Crazy.
No, I mean there's that one video where you guys link up and you're doing like the handshake and the yarn and all that stuff, and he jumps on it. That was awesome too. So I'm totally fangirling here. I should shut up. I should be a more professional host here.
So
no, man, that's awesome. We appreciate it.
So tell me, like, kind of the evolution of going online and marketing yourself. Was that a? I mean, you guys both have personalities. I think Michael, you're an actor as well too. Was that just a natural thing that you were like, we got to do this in a world that, let's face it, like every realtor's got an IG, they're doing stories, like it's pretty saturated. Did you guys think this is made for us, or did it take you some time to maybe get comfortable with putting yourself out there like that?
Yeah, so the first video we did, actually my sister was messing around with us, and when Mike first came to the office, she's like, secretly like film asking him to get you a cup of coffee. And I was like, nah, I feel weird doing that. And then I said to him, like, dude, we should just film me asking you to get a cup of coffee. And then we just have, like, in my mind, I pictured this standoff where we're both staring at each other, like, what did you just ask me to do? And I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have done that. So we filmed that. I think we sent it to my sister, and then we put it on Facebook, and it got some laughs from people that we knew.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were like, that kind of set us off because we both always wanted to film stuff. We both think we're funny.
Yeah. So that was the beginning. That was the first one. Is that still on your page now?
Yeah, I think it is.
Because I think you guys cleaned house a little bit. There was like a lot of videos taken off, or because there's a lot less videos than there was before, right?
Well,
that might be for like music infringement.
we
put a lot of songs behind stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
We did a lot on YouTube, and then we kind of jumped on the Reels trend, and we always go back and forth. Like, we should have just kept pushing on YouTube, because that was like the horizontal film, and we made it more of like a series, where now we're kind of jumping on like trends and whatnot, which is, truthfully, it's more efficient to do that while we're working, because we can shoot things on the fly. Because Ryan will tell you, there was nights where we'd be editing these videos that maybe 15 people would see, but we'd be at my house till like 3 a.m. Like eyes closing, just, and yes, I've acted before. I did some theater and whatnot. And I know Ryan was always making funny videos as a kid. So it was like a creative outlet that happened to boost our business, because people kind of started figuring like, oh, like he's new to real estate, but I watch his videos, so maybe we'll call him. And it kind of turned into like a marketing thing, but it really was just designed just to kind of have fun, like for us to just have fun.
So how much business do you garner from this? Is this a referral funnel for you guys now that you've built it up to a certain degree, or is it just purely marketing yourself to your past clients?
Well, in the beginning Mike more so, he just knows a lot more people. He's always networking and talking to people. I'm a little more like,
I'm a local celebrity.
Right. Goes without saying. Of course.
so for sure I could say he had a lot of people that knew him that were like, dude, you got to list my house under one premise, like you and your brother-in-law do an episode at the house.
Right.
That's
So we got a
awesome.
lot of that in the beginning,
Okay.
Yeah.
which was cool. But now it's kind of grown to really catering to other agents. Like we're just putting out
Yeah.
the shit that we experience that is relatable. And we don't take ourselves seriously. Like a lot of agents think they're like,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah, because you guys are
Doing
doing stuff with Ryan Serhant now and Sell It, right?
yeah,
Yeah, we had an opportunity to work with Ryan, which was awesome. And then, like, it's so funny. 2 weeks ago, there's this agent in Staten Island, which is like a stone's throw from where we are in Jersey, and we follow this guy. He's like 75 years old. His name's Tony B. And
Yeah.
me and Ryan were at our office, and we're like, let's just call him and see if he wants to film something. And he has like 50K followers, and we just called him on the phone, and and then, long story long, we wound up going to Staten Island, filming something with him. So we're like, we should just start kind of just making content with other realtors, other people in the space. And that's why, Alan, I get you confused.
That's all good.
Alan, when you reached out, we were like, yeah, let's meet, let's network, let's connect. And,
Yeah.
and I'm fangirling. You're like jacked.
Well, if you look at the dummies that we have for you guys
they're
right
jacked.
now, you're also
See,
very jacked. So
The only reason I'm actually jacked right now is because I had to lug those things around.
So let's just play devil's advocate for a second. So, I mean, you guys are out there, you're doing some creative stuff. It's kind of, it's funky. It's, you've got a lot of personality to it. Do you ever worry that, Mrs. Johnson down the street isn't going to really like some of this stuff and that it's going to, hurt your brand because you are outside of the box?
I can answer for myself. Mike knows I'm going to go, I could give two shits
Yeah.
about what anybody thinks. And that's kind of how we got to where we are. I feel like there's for everybody that is like, ooh, that's like off-putting for me and I don't want to be associated. There's 2 or 3 other people that are like, dude, we want you just for that reason.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's any advice we can give to anybody doing this, like, don't second guess anything. Whatever you enjoy and that makes you laugh, there's an audience.
Yeah.
It may not be your friend. They made fun of us in the beginning too. Like, dude, what are you guys doing? It's going to kill your business and you guys look like goofs. And we were just like, okay, cool. And now they're all like, hey, could we be in one of your videos, bro?
Yeah.
Not
Everyone's
saying that in
jumping
a
on.
quirky way, but
Yeah.
it's just, you got to do what makes you happy and what you find funny, I feel like.
Mike, same for you?
Well, yes. I mean, there's times I've said maybe we shouldn't do that. Maybe we should, because I have to say that, like, I feel like we created 2 characters. Like, you could tell probably talking to us now, like, we handle business professionally. We are lighthearted. We joke with our clients and we love people. So it's like, and then we created that page, which I feel like is like, we created 2 characters. But that being said, as far as like, does it hurt business or whatnot? Ryan told me early on at a listing appointment, which he said multiple times, and I've always taken this like he's so right. We all pretty much do the same thing. Like, we're all going to follow this process of listing and marketing and, showing, running open houses, negotiating. We're all pretty much going to follow the same process, but you spend a lot of time with your realtor. You talk to them often. You're with them for months at a clip. I mean, depending on how long it takes to sell. So you have to really get along with them and enjoy them. And I think that's why, for me to just pretend that I was some suit that was going to be very like, that's just not who I am. I mean, I feel like I'm, I have flaws and everything else. And that's why I just like to be myself. And I think it's helped out in growing my business and Ryan's as well.
Yeah. Oh,
so
yeah, for sure. I mean, you guys, so my question is, like, your personal page is so much different, right? And then this page together, is that just strategic so you can cater to both? Or I know you guys don't really care. I mean, for us, for me especially, I know that I was always contemplating having a business one and having a personal. I just went with personal, and I try to do wacky, funny stuff on my stuff too, and I just don't give a shit either now. And that's brought me more business. Yeah. So what's the idea with you guys having the 2 together? Do you guys list everything together first of all, or do you have 2 separate businesses at the same time?
Yeah, it's really. Oh, go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
No. I was just going to say like it's unique. We have a unique kind of thing going because it's not really like yes, we do list things together sometimes, but then we also have our own clients that we deal with separately. We did a commercial deal together because Ryan has a lot of commercial real estate experience, and we were able to partner on that, which was awesome. But I think it's unique because it is like an entertainment page. It's not really edutainment. It's kind of like it's a real estate comedians that are a relief for other real estate agents that are around the country that want to just kind of joke and comment on the industry. But then we have our pages, which we promote our listings and in our personal lives. I mean, we always go back and forth. Like, should we synergize? Should we kind of combine everything? And I guess right now that's still up for debate because if the goal is to go with the entertainment route strictly, then we want to just keep it as is. If we want to do more of like an influencer type thing, then maybe we would merge them. But Rye, what were you going to say? Because
no, that's pretty much it. And just because we wanted to keep the Property Brothers page as just like our reels and our sketches.
Yeah.
And I still like posting stuff that I believe in and feel, and like the voice, I'll just do it on mine. So this way it's unrelated to, putting it on there.
So let me ask you, so you guys start doing videos, you're like, you're getting some traction, you're getting some like Facebook laughs or Instagram laughs. You probably had what, like a couple thousand followers each at the time, 5,000, 6,000 followers. Then, you're at almost 40,000 right now. And did you start to see this all of a sudden hockey stick climb of like, oh, like shit, I'm getting followed from guys from Vancouver and from, all over the States and Canada. When did you guys start to go, man, maybe we've got something here. Maybe we should lean into this. What was that process like?
Well, we bought those. I'm kidding. Yeah. No, I'm totally joking.
No, you guys got like millions of plays, like hundreds of thousands on this, like a million here. It's like, you can't buy that.
It's legit.
I always give our buddy Eric, the broke agent, credit on that.
Mm-hmm.
When I started in real estate, he started the broke agent, and I don't know, maybe he started before then. He might have had like 10,000 followers early on. Then I saw him get to 90,000, and then we started making these videos, and I'm like, oh, I remember that guy. He's got to be doing well. And I pull up, now he's at like 500,000.
Mm-hmm.
And we messaged him, and he played one of our videos, and I forget which. Oh, it was the TikTok one where we were like pointing at the things.
Yeah.
And then that really catapulted us. And then we developed a relationship with him, and we like exclusively, for no reason, just because we got along with him, started sending him stuff, and he would just constantly repost them.
Right.
That's awesome.
That's what really took off.
So sorry, Mike, go.
No. I was just going to say that there was, Ryan and I, we really don't have like a brand, like we have no strategy really. And we don't have someone telling us what we need to do. And maybe we will one day, but like, I just feel like we've been just kind of enjoying creating content together. He'll get an idea. We'll film it. We're not very structured. And it just seemed to be working out. But I think recently, like in the last couple of months, it's like we've been getting more followers, and I'm like, I think we really need to lean into this. I think there's an audience, and there's something there that maybe we can turn into something even bigger and better. So it's, anything's possible, but I feel like, we are for sure kind of putting more effort into it while also, running business in the real estate world in North Jersey.
Is everything still filmed by the wives, or do you have a media team as well? Do you still do your own editing? Because it's a lot of work, right?
Yeah, we film and edit everything ourselves, iPhone and either iMovie or InShot.
Wow, that's crazy. Would you ever, get that out to somebody else?
We're control freaks, or I could say I am, and we're always like, if we partner with somebody, they'll be like, oh, we'll edit, and we're both look at each other and we're like, no, we'll take it. We'll just let us do it because we know when to cut it. We think we do. Yeah. I don't know.
No, I'm the same way. Like, I had this one video I just did, and literally 11, 12, 13 edits with this guy, and I'm just like on him. I'm like, nope, that's not what I asked for. No. So, I mean, you can outsource it. You can get mean to people. Just find people that are below you, and then just treat them like crap. That's what I do.
You guys have the podcast, so you probably have someone who shoots it, clips it, puts it on your, and that's where like we keep going back. We're in like such this weird space where we're making comedy, so it's like, we like shooting it, we like editing it. If it was a reality based thing where we had people following and like shooting us at the office, then we'd have them shoot it, edit it, but we're kind of not there. But depending on what comes in the next, in the future, I mean, if it were like a show or something where like someone could shoot, edit, then it would probably make our lives a lot easier. But we still would want to have our hands in it.
For sure.
So what is the next step for this? Because it feels from what you guys are talking about, you've kind of garnered this attention. You've got this great momentum. I see your stats are 150,000 people watching your stuff. You're doing it all on your own. How do you scale that up to the next level where it's like you are, let's call it an influencer. You are getting, you're able to monetize this in some way outside of, somebody just saying, I want you to sell my home.
Good question.
Well, and so go ahead, Mike.
We talk about it all the time. Like we're now getting invited to go to some, social events, broker conferences, like to do some speeches and whatnot. And hopefully we get better and better at them. And then maybe we can, start charging speaking fees, because we love just, comedy and making people laugh. Ultimately, like I said earlier, would love to have an opportunity to turn into some sort of either web-based or a TV show, and then I guess I see now like people creating commercials on the phone and producing it for different companies. Like Ryan and I are down to do something like that, because we do love the whole process of like writing, not actually writing script, but just like kind of writing a concept and watching it come to fruition and see it done at the end. Is like, how the hell did we do that? Like it really started with just conversation and now we're watching it. Like this, there's been episodes where, or whatever, reels where it was just a thought, and then a lady's trying to come in. She thinks we're the chiropractor. That happens a lot. But anyway, I got distracted. But the point is, we just enjoy it. So it's kind of evolving. It's this thing that we don't really know where it's ending up, but we're just kind of open to whatever comes our way, and hopefully it'll kind of work itself out in the next, in the near future. But Rye, what were you thinking?
No, I was going to say, on the TV end, we're just huge fans of Always Sunny. So if those guys are watching, we want to do something like that, but for real estate.
Yeah. No, it's so funny because I was under the impression that you guys were, with an agency and doing all this and like getting to that point, because you are huge. Like I'm fangirling. He's fan-guying, maybe girling soon. But I mean, like, I thought that you guys already had that stuff. So just so you know, I used to be a music agent, so I can help you guys out.
Okay. It's funny you said that, because I was just thinking, like, my brain goes to, and I always talk to Mike about this. I'm like, I don't want to get to I want to get to that point, obviously, but I don't want to get to the point where we have any management like saying, you know what, that idea, it's a little, edgy, and we don't think, because like that we feel like is what got us to even this point.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Our goal is to never change that. And if somebody says like, I don't think you guys should do that because it might not appeal to the entire audience, we don't care. We're going to do it. And I hope that just brings us there like organically.
Yeah.
Well, you guys talked before about YouTube. I mean, the beautiful thing about YouTube is it is a television. It's totally self-produced. It's totally self-promoted. And you guys had those conversations of, do we go YouTube? Do we go Instagram? I mean, that to me, you guys seem like an obvious for building your own channel and your own episodes and your own, not sitcom, but like your own reality show based on real estate. Because at the end of the day, that's what the beautiful thing about YouTube and the internet. It's totally democratized. You don't need those agents. You don't need all that stuff. So would you think about going that route? Because I think that's a route you guys would capitalize on.
Dude, 100%.
Yeah,
and that's
absolutely
true. That where we need help is with how to grow that.
Yeah,
like if there was just somebody that could say like, all right, we can definitely help get you guys to broaden the audience. We did Instagram with the help of Broke Agent, but if there was a way to expand on YouTube, I'm all for just doing our own show where we don't have to answer to anybody and we could just let it rip.
Yeah, I think that's
we love the guys from Almost Friday TV, like whatever. You guys follow them?
No.
Almost Friday.
Sure. Almost Friday. It's like a group of guys. They pretty much do what we do, but they like.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Dude, they did, real quick, just to give them a little plug, they did an idea that I thought was genius. There's the guy on Instagram that goes up to rich people. He's like, excuse me, what do you do for a living?
Yes.
So they did this, but the guy who we went up to just got into a car accident.
Yes,
The guy,
yes.
Bro,
I saw that
I'm
yesterday.
bleeding.
Yes, and the guy has like a cut on his nose and he's broke his collarbone. It's like, what do you do for a living?
That's genius.
That is
I
genius.
love that stuff.
Yeah, and they have like hundreds of thousands, if not millions of followers. So, I mean, that's kind of my point, though. You guys can do this on your own and have that self-production. You just have to go into that. And so let's talk about your agency or your relationship with Broke Agent, because that's a big one. I mean, that's a following that has millions of people. What do you guys do with them? How have they helped you kind of grow your, I mean, you've talked about it, but maybe go into that a little bit more.
You want me to touch on that, Mike?
Yeah, of course.
We were gonna do we were gonna do a YouTube with him, and we actually filmed a whole, like, I don't want to say a season because they're only like 3 minutes to 5 minutes each episode, but a season of an open house, and we have it all done, and we hired a guy and filmed it, edited it, but then we gave it to him, and he's at a level where he does have to tailor to the general masses. Like, what we do is a little different from what he does. So he doesn't have everybody that gets our humor. He has a good amount of people, but he has to keep it kind of PC. And we set up to do it with them. And then I had second feelings about it. And I was like, you know what, man, I don't want to run it through your YouTube because I don't want to be told, that it has to be edited, or we couldn't say this, or we can't say that because it offends somebody. So we kind of pulled out.
Oh, so are you going to release it eventually under your own, or is that just waiting in the background?
Yeah, we have them. We said, we told them we're going to do it on our own, and then we just get sidetracked. So it's just sitting there. So we do have them, and eventually we'll get to it, but we haven't yet.
That's awesome. I'm excited to see it.
We'll post when we put it up there for sure.
Nice.
So you guys have obviously done everything yourself. Let's talk kind of tactical on how you do this, and maybe some advice for people that are looking to be the next Property Brothers-in-Law. Mike, do you want to kind of go first on, like, do you set out a schedule? How do you guys pick the content, write the content, spend the time doing it, producing it, the whole thing? And then what kind of advice would you give to somebody that's watching this that's like, oh, like I want to do that, but I don't know how?
I will say this, that Ryan and I we're best friends, we're business partners, we're family. So we, they're just like any other partnership. Like there's times where we don't argue, but like we're like the odd couple in ways. As far as, scheduling shoots and whatnot, I can't pretend that we're like on this strict schedule. We try to put something out weekly, sometimes bi-weekly. But we like to make money and kind of run our business. So sometimes we do get sidetracked because things need our attention. But as far as like creating content, I'll push him. I'll be like, right, we got to get something out. We have to do something that's easy to film because he'll have ideas like, let's do this. And it'll take, by the time we actually finish it, it'll take a couple of weeks where I'm like, no, we should just do this. We could film this right in the office right now. As far as advice to people who are, I feel like everybody kind of knows this, but you're either creating content or you're consuming content. And consuming content will give you a lot of information, a lot of knowledge, a lot of things to share to your friends. But ultimately, you're wasting a huge opportunity to really build your business, build your brand. You have to kind of broadcast yourself, to quote YouTube. But you really should, if you want to, have that kind of presence, you got to get over the fear of how you're going to be judged. You're going to be judged. People are going to talk to you behind their back, but everybody's attention span is so short that the amount of time you have to get over the small discomfort that someone might talk about you for a second, and then we'll be on to something else because they really only care about themselves. So that's my advice to people who are kind of wanting to get to build something. Everybody's unique. Everybody has their own talent. This kind of just happened to work for me and Ryan because we're two brothers-in-law that are in real estate, and we both love comedy, and we're both always cracking jokes with each other. So this just happened to be like our show, our kind of thing. Everybody has their thing. And I suggest that if you get the urge to kind of put yourself out there, it'll evolve into something that'll make more sense, but you'll never know until you start. And you'll probably have videos that are horrible in the beginning, but then you delete them and you just get better and better, and then you see where it goes, you know?
So are you saying you guys deleted a lot? Is there one?
Just say I blacked out.
Ryan, what about yourself?
One thing I was going to add just is when you get an idea, I'm like a pull the trigger first and then, find out who we shot after kind of. So like if it comes to me, I'm like, we got to do this. And sometimes I'm overwhelming, I'm sure, right, Mike, where I'm like, no, we got to like do it exactly like this just to get it out of my head because I can picture it a certain way. So if that helps anything, is just when you get the idea before it becomes like an afterthought and you forget, and then you forget details and you're like, forget it, I'll do something else.
Yeah.
Just kind of start.
Totally. No, I mean, anytime I have content ideas, I'm messaging this guy at like 4 a.m. and I have it. And it's usually on the toilet, let's be honest. I'm on the toilet, and you just have to get it out there. I totally get that because you'll lose it, right? You're so stimulated by so many things. As soon as you open your app, there's so many things being thrown at you that you forget, right? So, yeah,
big time.
Totally get that.
And who writes the scripts for these? Do you guys collaborate on that, or does one take the lead?
We collaborate. We actually don't like write. Sometimes we write lines for people because they're easy to just kind of like just memorize a line. Ryan and I kind of spitball a lot, and we'll ad lib, and something will come out that we'll both crack up at that we weren't planning. So it's kind of like on the fly. That's pretty much like Always Sunny in Philadelphia-esque in that we like to kind of capture things that we didn't think we would say, and then they wind up coming up. But sometimes we do script it out just to make it easier to shoot because Lindsay, my wife, has to catch certain lines, so we know exactly what we're going to say. Sometimes
I'll know when Mike's coming up with something good because he'll be like, hold on, and then he'll start chuckling a little bit to himself and he'll go, okay, hold on, I know what to say. And then I'm anticipating something, and then we always laugh, and then we have to cut it and redo it.
Yeah.
But he comes out with some great like off the cuff lines.
How many times did it take to do that fart scene one after
in that shut the door? And then,
shut the door and use that long fart and like Mike's face is right there. Oh my God.
Yeah. Anytime we're nose to nose or like that close, it's like 10 takes to get just to not smile.
Yeah.
Kind of on that note, what's been your favorite one to shoot? Do you have like, if somebody's like finding out about you guys for the first time and you're like, this is our best one, this is the one that we, had the most fun at, which one?
The first one that came to mind, sorry, Mike.
No, you go.
Is when we did like his rise to fame. It was like an true Hollywood story.
Yeah.
Yes.
That or the brother-in-law when he tries to kill me, beats me with the line. That was another.
So there was like a time when we were shooting everything pretty much on YouTube, like I mentioned earlier, and they were like, we did an true Hollywood story, Property Brothers-in-Law, and that was fun. That was like it was a dream or whatever.
Yeah.
But then that was a movie trailer, like similar to like The Godfather, but it was the brother-in-law. You guys should watch it. We put like it took us like a week. I think it didn't even get many views, but we like put everything we had into it.
Yeah.
And I like love that one. And sometimes Ryan and I will like go into a hole and like watch all of our stuff, and we'll be like, we were so good. Like, why did we, like, how did we come up with this?
But that's another thing too. I think you guys have fun with it, and I think that was what comes across. Like you can tell you guys are laughing at your own stuff, which is great because we're laughing along with you. There's a little bit of a twinkle in both of your eyes when you guys are doing this. That it's like it's tongue in cheek, it's fun, and it's good comedy. So I think that's contagious. You really get that when you watch your stuff.
Yeah, and
thanks, man.
Like, there's so many people out here that they didn't know of you. Then I started spreading it around, and then everyone's like huge fans now. So when they found out, I'm like, I told a few select people, I'm like, they're going to be on the show. They're like, oh my God, they're on the show.
Bro,
so
thank you for that.
Yeah,
that was crazy for us when we saw even your podcast where you brought us up, and I was like, whoa, dude, this is nuts.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it. I know that to anybody who's ever like shared our stuff, or it means a lot because, listen, if nothing else, Ryan and I have a great time, and whatever this turns into, I'm just happy we actually did something like that we wanted to do, and we created it. And the fact that like people enjoy it means a lot because I don't know, it just feels good.
So,
go ahead.
Oh, go. No. I was just gonna say. I mean, so it's kind of turned into something. You guys have gotten and now collaborated with, especially in the States, but also in Canada too. One of the biggest well-known realtors in North America, Ryan Serhant. I mean, you guys maybe tell the story of how you got into that position?
So the people, when they were rebranding Sell It by
Sir, it was before.
And now it's just Sell It.
Yeah.
Medell reached out to us and asked if we would do a promotional video for that training program. And I was telling you guys earlier before we started recording, like we were just being ballsy and we were like, yeah, we'll only do it though, like if Ryan does the video with us. Because we were like, there's no way they really even want to do something with us. They're, they're just fishing. I don't know what it was, but so 3 months went by, we didn't hear from them. And then all of a sudden they emailed us back and they're like, hey, we're so sorry, we've been swamped. Ryan would love to do it. Give us an idea. And we were like, oh, we've been thinking about this for a while. We'll beat him on a listing appointment with his selling techniques.
Nice.
She's like, he loves it. Let's do it. And then we threw the wigs in, pretended to be him at the end.
No, that was awesome. I remember seeing
he was great.
So, I mean, that right there doesn't happen unless you guys have the kind of social presence that you have now. And I think that's probably where you guys are going with this. If this continues on that trajectory, this is an opportunity to maybe, and we were talking about this before, I mean, we all love doing open houses, but maybe not every weekend. Do you see a point where you try to transition what you've got as a small amount of fame and notoriety right now? Is that a lean in now that you're looking at kind of going on to that trajectory?
Yeah. I mean, I always say to people, like, I love doing real estate. I love making deals and I love the whole process of listing a home and meeting people and whatnot. But like, I always say, like, I would love to just play a real estate agent on TV.
Yeah.
And then so if we grow our our team and have a bunch of junior agents that are kind of like, out there and working for us and working with us. And we were able to just kind of focus purely on creating content or creating a show or just, collaborating with awesome people like you or any other agents around the country that we can have fun with and that we can monetize it and, like make a business out of it. I would love to do that purely. I mean, but as of right now, we're juggling both and that's fun too. That's fun.
We should talk after this because we got some connections to some networks and stuff. So
Alan does, not me. Yeah. I'm connectionless. It's all Alan.
Yeah, we'll talk. There's an avenue there I think that we can do for you.
Well, I want to applaud you for doing the podcast. I know so many. Ryan and I have discussed doing a podcast for a long time. In like the back room of our office, we bought mics, we returned them. Like we have. I know it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort. And I applaud you guys because it's not an easy space to break into, but you're doing a kick-ass job. We listen to you guys and, you're in it. So maybe we can kind of chat about what you think we should do if we were to launch our own podcast, because we're down for that as well.
I mean, we're pretty new, but, as of January, we had close to 250,000 downloads, views, and all that stuff. So it got pretty big pretty fast, and we have the sponsor, obviously. So, I mean, I want
to get my hands on some of that.
I know. You guys got to come here. We'd love to have you live and collab on anything. That'd be amazing. And we do have these events where we always have speakers. Love to have you as one of the speakers.
Yeah, it'd be great. Well, awesome. we'll talk offline. But, I mean, like you guys doing what you do, we have fun with this. It's a side project that, you kind of same attitude, like, hey, just have fun with it. You never know where it goes. And I think, just taking that first step, like you guys are saying, and just be yourself, go into it. Don't worry about what people think and how many people watch. And, it will come over time. And especially if you're having a good time, then there's no loss to it. So
there's enough business for everybody where, you should be yourself, right?
Yeah. Totally.
At the end of the day, if you're not yourself, you're just being fake. And I mean, you guys are truly yourselves, and it's amazing, and it's grown so big to the point where like everybody wants to do something with you, and that's amazing, right? Yep. So, you guys are awesome. I'm totally fangirling here still.
But keep on, guys. We appreciate you being on the podcast.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for your time. We're obviously fans. We're going to continue to watch what you guys do.
I wish we had more time, but we respect your time.
Yeah. But we thank you for your time and thank you and good luck in the future. I know you guys are going to just knock it out of the park.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys.
Awesome.
Oh,
no, thank you. We can sit with you for another hour. It was cool, and you're right. It is very just like relaxed conversational. We're not trying to do anything other than just talk.
Yeah.
And
And we'd love to have you guys back. Definitely. Maybe in studio. That would be awesome. Or maybe we'll come to you. So, I mean, I like to go to New York. He likes to go to New York. We love New York.
Yeah.
It's a small step away to New Jersey, right?
Yeah, we're like 20 minutes, half an hour outside of the city.
Amazing.
We'll show you Jersey too. There's a lot, you know.
Nice.
We actually don't go to New York that much, but we could show you, like, you know, all over North Jersey.
Yeah, that'd be great. Oh my God, guys, thank you so much. It's been an honor, and thank you for saying yes and not laughing in my face when I asked.
No way, man.
Thanks for having us.
We're up for anything and chatting and spreading good vibes and like Mike said, networking with everybody.
Cool, guys.
Amazing.
Thanks.
Amazing. Yeah, we'll
Thank
chat
you.
after the show, but thank you so much once again.
All right.
All right. Woo!
Thanks, guys. That was awesome.
Thanks for listening to the Subject Free Podcast. Make sure you subscribe, follow, rate, and review. Until next episode, we hope you're going in subject free.